Hello people, my name is Kinghuman and I'm going to teach you how to make money at craps. Dead, solid, perfect money. And this is what I used to do to make a lot of money, and you can do it, it's easy. So here we go. I got about 8 emails this past week from people asking me to teach them my crap system. So I'm going to make a video showing the basics of my system, which is just the foundation of it. I mean, to get deep into it, it's going to take a lot. First of all, I want to say I don't even play craps anymore. I play Baccarat exclusively. It's a better game as far as the house odds go. Now, having said that, I want to tell you I have pulled up an online casino here only for illustrative and teaching purposes. I do not want you guys to play online with real money anytime. Never do it. You only want to play in a real brick and mortar casino that's policed by a real agency, such as the Nevada Gaming Commission, etc. I won't go any more into that. Just trust me. Okay. Now, looking at this layout, what I want you... Oh, and having said that, I'm going to assume you guys know how to play craps. You've got a basic knowledge of the game. I don't want to teach you how to play craps. I want to teach you the right way to play craps. So if you need to learn the basics of how to play craps, go learn it. There are a lot of other videos out there, and then come back and look at this video on how to win. So what I want you to do now is look at this layout and understand the psychology of it. This is something not a lot of people think about. When I'm talking about psychology, I want you to understand the casino's point of view of why they made the layout look the way it did. And what casinos do is they give the most amount of real estate, whether it be on their casino floor or on a layout, they give the most amount of real estate to the things that are going to make them the most amount of money. If you look at a casino floor, the most amount of real estate is given to slot machines because that makes them the most amount of money. It's only logical. If you look at this layout, they give the most amount of real estate to the bets that are going to make them the most amount of money and give them the highest house advantage. For instance, look at this big block of bets right here. The C&E, the NE7, the NE craps, the hard ways, and the one roll midnight and aces, etc. You don't want to bet these. If you're serious about making money, you don't want to make these idiot bets. It gives away way too much of your advantage to the house. Again, here's another one. Look at the amount of real estate they give to this field bet, and it looks juicy. 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. Any of those numbers comes up, I'm a winner. Trust me, there are more ways to lose this bet than there are to win it. A lot more. Big 6 and Big 8. They put that there for suckers that are too shy or too stupid to place the 6 and 8. You're going to get paid more if you place the 6 and 8 than you are if you plunk your money down here. So even if you put your money down here and win, when you win, you lose. A lot of real estate given to that. Look at the pass line. Now we're getting to the meat and potatoes. The pass line and the don't pass line. And the come and the don't come. Look at this gigantic come. And look at this little tiny don't come. Look at this big pass. And look at this little tiny don't pass. Now, I've seen it. If I've seen it once, I've seen it a million times. Some shiksa comes bouncing up to the table and she says, I want to play, teach me. The dealers will always say, put $10 on the pass line and then back it with an odds bet. Every single time. So that's what people learn. They never tell you make a don't pass line bet. In fact, if you make a pass line bet, and you start to play, the dice roll, and let's say the guy rolls a 5, or any number, it doesn't matter. And then your buddies come and say, hey, we got show tickets, let's go. And you say, can I pick up my bet? They will say, no, that's a contract bet. You have to leave it there. until your point either comes up or a 7 comes up. You cannot pick up your bet. However, if you make a don't pass line bet and a point comes up, any point, and your buddies come up and say, hey, we got to go. And you ask the dealer, hey, can I pick up my don't pass bet? They'll say, yeah, sure, pick it up. Great, no problem. Why is that? They want you to, because the odds are in your favor and not their favor. So they're happy when you pick that bet up. Let me explain this. When I go into a casino, I look at all the craps tables in the area. And I look at it and I find a table where there's nothing but pissed off people. People are angry, they're losing, they're pissed off. I'll walk up to that table and I'll ask people, how's it going? And they're going, oh, it's bullshit. And I look at them and they're all betting the pass line, like the good little sheeple they have been taught to be. So I go to that table and I bet the don't pass. And sure enough, I'm the only person making money. And for the life of them, these people will not play anything but the pass line. They wouldn't play the don't pass if their life depended on it. They're going to stand there and keep losing money and bitch and moan. Same with the don't come. You know, I mean, the come and the pass line are the same. It's the same exact bet. One is before a point is established, you make this bet. And this is after a point's established. And they give it so much real estate because they want a bunch of people to be able to jump into the game after the point's been established. But they want them to jump into the game on the positive side, not the negative side. And here's why. The minute you make a don't pass or a don't come bet and you have a number established, the odds instantly are in your favor. What do I mean by that? Well, if I made a don't pass bet and the guy rolled the dice and it came up 4, there's only 3 ways on a pair of dice to roll a 4, and there are 6 ways to roll a 7. That means there are 6 ways for me to win my money and only 3 ways for me to lose. Doesn't that make sense to you? Why would you bet this way? Why would you bet the pass line? It would be the exact opposite. In other words, if I made a pass line bet and he rolled a 4, that would mean there are 6 ways for me to lose and only 3 ways for me to win. Why anybody would bet the line as opposed to the don't, I don't understand. But people are superstitious. They do what they've been taught. They're afraid to bet the don't because they think people will be mad at them. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know. But let's play and see what happens. Let's just play a hypothetical. I'll roll the dice. And it came up 4. Oh my God, I don't believe it. I'm not rigging this in any way. I've got a pass line bet and a don't pass bet. Ignore the pass line bet because I would never bet that. This is the bet I would be on. And again, look it. There are only 3 ways for me to lose this bet, and there are 6 ways for me to win it. Now, just because the odds are in my favor does not mean I win this bet every time. There are going to be times when you're in the casino and you get on a 4 or a 10 and you still lose. But let's see what happens. Nope, doesn't affect me. 6 doesn't affect me. 7 wins. Now that's what is supposed to happen. So there are a couple of things you need to know here. Bet the don'ts. First, walk into a casino and find the table where people are pissed off. If you see a table where people are screaming and yelling and happy, it's because they're all on the pass line and they're making money. But that's in the short term. And you'll never get on that table anyway. It's a hot table. It's much easier to find a cold table and play the don't pass. Go up to that table where people are pissed off and start playing the don't. And remember, every time, if you're on the don't and they roll a 7 or 11 on the first roll, you're going to lose. You have to fight that first roll, 7 or 11. But after you get past that, any one of these numbers becomes the point. The odds are in your favor. There are 3 ways on a pair of dice to roll a 4. There are 4 ways on a pair of dice to roll a 5. There are 5 ways on a pair of dice to roll a 6. There are 5 ways on a pair of dice to roll an 8. There are 4 ways on a pair of dice to roll a 9. And there are 3 ways on a pair of dice to roll a 10. And remember, there are 6 ways to roll a 7. The 7 is the number that comes up the most. There's nothing you can do about it. It's the way the dice are printed. 7 comes up the most. That is, so why would you bet on anything other than a 7 coming up? When you bet the don't pass line, you're betting that a 7 is going to come up before any of these numbers is rolled 2 times in a row. Think of it. Why would you bet any other way? Now, the second part of how I make money at craps is with a betting paradigm. And you have to have a good betting paradigm that will hold up in the long term. And that's a whole nother video. We'll have to see if anybody wants me to make that video. And then we'll get into mating these 2 things. Betting the don't pass and the don't come with a good betting paradigm in order to make money consistently at the game of craps. If you have interest in that, make a comment and I'll follow this video up. Otherwise, just enjoy. Have a good one. Bye.